Hey, what's up guys, it's Yeti here. Today we will be talking about something that is called pixel skipping. So this is something that just popped in my head. I was like, oh, Valorant's, like 2 weeks old. People are going to start talking about these crazy things that don't really matter, okay? So I will be talking about a phenomenon called pixel skipping. What is pixel skipping? Well, let me show you. And before we get into the video, I just want to tell you guys the background I'm using is called Wallpaper Engine. And this specific submission, I will link it in the comments under the video if you guys want to check this out. I get asked this all the time whenever I show my desktop, like, Yeti, what's that? Show me, it's so cool. I'll show you in the comments. Anyways, let's explain pixel skipping. So pixel skipping is when the value of your sensitivity, the multiplier, is so much higher that, a single movement of your mouse, where on Windows you would move it a single pixel, in game it moves, multiple pixels, so you skip a pixel. It just basically means that your sensitivity is like a little bit, it doesn't even mean it's too high, right? Because if your DPI is like on 400 or like 200, then pixel skipping will occur really fast. For example, on 800, that pixel skipping with the same value, or rather, like let's say 400 DPI and 5 in-game sensitivity will have pixel skipping, but 800 DPI with 2.5 will not, even though they're the same actual sensitivity. So let me explain fast how it basically works. This is your mouse, okay, or your mouse pad, and let's just say, let me make a few lines here, like that. I'll make a little squarey space like that. And then we're going to copy it over to the monitor, and we're going to try to explain how pixel skipping works. So, this is your mousepad, but very zoomed in, right? There's more squares like this. But let's say you move your mouse, right? And it's set to a, let's say 400 DPI. And it records when your mouse is here and it moves to there. It records a single movement, right? As you cross from one square to the other. On your monitor, in a perfect world, it should do the same, it should move 1 pixel, because your monitor is also like your, it's kind of like a net built out of pixels. You're probably playing on 1920 by 1080, so there's, that many pixels. I don't know how many quote-unquote pixels there are on your mouse pad, but, let's just pretend that this is a perfect world again. So you kind of wanted to do that on your screen as well. But because your multiplier, so you're playing with 400 DPI, let's write that down, okay? And you're playing, let's say, with 5 cents. Okay, and it moves from here to here. No matter, like, this is the smallest possible movement, and this is also the smallest possible movement. Do you see what I'm trying to show you here? Is that you skip this pixel. You cannot get your crosshair onto this specific pixel because your in-game sensitivity is so high, and that doesn't allow it to actually move your crosshair onto that specific pixel. A lot of people make a big deal out of it. There's even these calculators made for Overwatch. I'll punch in my actual sensitivity that I used in Overwatch. Let's do 800, okay? My in-game sense was 6, and my FOV was 103. So, yeah, here it says that you would be skipping pixels on 1920 by 1080, I believe. So my sensitivity would be like only good for 1280. And that's so weird because this doesn't make sense. Like, I never felt pixel skipping. I actually thought my sense was super smooth. So then if we would move to like 1603, bam, that would make it, actually good for 1920 by 1080. I tried this out. It did not actually feel any better. So what I'm trying to tell you with this video is that pixel skipping will occur. There will be these calculators out there. Most of them are not even working correctly because this is very hard to measure. There's actually been multiple threads made on the Overwatch subreddit dissing this specific tool, saying that it does not work. Shannon's law does not work. It does not apply to most games. And that being said, for example, if we look at Forrest in CSGO, he has a very high multiplier compared to his DPI. right? So DPI 400, multiplier 3.1. He used to play on 3.5, so he definitely had pixel skipping, but it didn't matter. I think most CSGO pros actually have pixel skipping because they almost all of them use 400 DPI, and some then, you know, have higher in-game sense, but these are still incredible aimers. So it doesn't really matter if you have pixel skipping or not, as long as your values are like somewhat normalized and your mouse feels smooth, you should be okay. All right, so now we're in game. All right, so now we'll get to the point where I show you, oh, does pixel skipping actually work? You know, we slowly move our mouse. I generally do not know if I'm skipping pixels or not. Like, you guys are gonna have to like zoom in and like fucking watch if there's actually any sort of skipping in here. I do not know if there is any skipping. We're gonna go into settings, general. I'm using 0.475 with 800 DPI. Let's put it on 5. We are making our sense like a million times higher. Oh, look at that skipping. Oh, that is massive. Okay, that's pretty big. You can definitely see it now. Like, I'm trying to do small movements with my mouse, like literally pixel movements. And I'm definitely skipping pixels now. But all I'm trying to show you is that even though, wait, it was 475. Even though there is probably pixel skipping on like most sensitivities, if you are keeping your both DPI and mouse sensitivity kinda in sync, you should be fine. There's no reason to look up calculators. And if there is small pixel skipping, it does not matter. Trust me on this one. Pixel skipping will never make you worse of an aimer. You know, even if there's like a small amount. And I actually think it's hard to eliminate pixel skipping altogether, because this can also occur if your DPI is too high and your in-game multiplier is too low, because then you have the other way of pixel skipping happening. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this explanation video. This is basically just a video to tell you guys, just use whatever sense you want to, whatever sense you hit heads with. Pixel skipping, no pixel skipping, acceleration, no acceleration, none of that matters, guys. You are the only person that should decide what kind of settings and sense you should use. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you want to see more Valorant content, press that sub button, and I will see you guys soon. Have a good day. Later, boys.
Break my heart, set it all afire. I can't be safe, so I get higher. And take my soul, throw it in the fire. I can't be safe, so I get higher. One shot, then 10 top, that's high. Never seeing me again when I